Donald Trump got a less than ideal for him result out of the Supreme Court, which is absolutely beautiful. He requested specifically to Clarence Thomas that the Supreme Court would rule to intervene in the current investigation into the documents that were at Mar-a-Lago, and they said no unanimously. Obviously, it was really concerning that he was understanding Clarence Thomas is likely someone who would be most on board with helping him, but even Clarence Thomas didn't go along with it. Here is the very short and sweet response. The application to vacate the stay entered by the United States Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit on September 21st, 2022, presented to Justice Thomas and by him referred to the court, is denied. So that is good news, and we'll read a little bit about this from the New York Times. The Supreme Court on Thursday rejected a request from former President Donald J. Trump to intervene in the litigation over documents seized from his Florida estate. The court's order, which was a sentence long, was a stinging rebuke to Mr. Trump. There were no noted dissents, and the court gave no reasons, only saying what I just read you. Mr. Trump asked the court last week to step into the tangled case, saying that an appeals court had lacked jurisdiction to remove about 100 documents marked as classified from a review of the seized material. The Supreme Court's action means that the special master in this case and Mr. Trump's legal team will not have access to those documents. In their filing, Mr. Trump's lawyers did not ask the Supreme Court to overturn a more important part of the appeals court's ruling, which allowed the Justice Department to continue using documents with classification markings in its criminal investigation of Mr. Trump's handling of government records. So he tried to get an intervention from the Supreme Court on a specific aspect of this case, was not successful, was hoping that directly going to Clarence Thomas would be more beneficial. It wasn't. No noted dissents. That is good news. And it just shows you a incredibly conservative Supreme Court also looks at the situation and goes, nah, can't help you there. And I think it further bolsters something we've been talking about a very long time since the Mar-a-Lago raid, which is no, the right keeps claiming that this is just a big political persecution. I'm sorry, but it's not. I'm sorry. They're going through the correct processes. It's clear that Donald Trump was in the wrong, and that's what's being investigated, and hopefully he'll be held accountable for it. Even though you love him, even though you wish that it wasn't true, it seems like he did do illegal actions, and so that's something in a country that does have something y'all talk so much about, law and order, has to care about, and that's what's happening. And another legal loss there for Trump and his team.